Hello everyone, I'm actually live! Can everybody hear me? Just assuming, I have no idea at this point. Okay, so there's the comments. Let's see if I can get this stuff working. I don't know if I set it up correctly. So right now I'm basically switching between the studio and the game. It doesn't seem to show the comments. That's interesting. I thought I put it on. Ah, there we go. I'm just messing around a little bit until it works properly. Hope you guys are okay with that. I just finally had some time, and I decided to, put it up and running. Okay, I'm gonna do a little trick here. Gonna do a little trick here. Guys, just wait 2 seconds. Is Dan? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but that's exactly what I'm actually doing. I'm trying to put it on my dumbass phone. For some weird reason, it doesn't show up on my screen, so I now have my phone next to it. So that's a very brilliant move. I just need something so I can have it. Yes, Amelia, I am. So yeah, I just wanted to play with you guys. Well, basically, I needed a reason to go live with something so I could just interact with you, because something very impressive happened. I'm very, very humbled by it. We hit 14,000 subscribers, considering that, less than 12 months ago there were 0. I'm very, very humbled by it, and I figured I'd do a Q&A and just play in the meantime. Now, so, by the way, if you want to know a little bit, I named the zoo Overly Critical. I honestly think it's the most perfect name when it comes to who's running it. So, well, first we probably want to build some paths. It's by the way, we're running the franchise, so which one should we pick? Which basically means that, it is connected free park path. That sounds dumb. We don't have that. So we need some bigger, a little longer, a little wider. We need some wide path to begin with. That's not wide enough. 10 meters? Yeah, that looks perfectly stupid. We'll do that one. Now, well, we really I kind of want to go chaotic. I don't want to, straight lines anywhere. We also have to kind of scatter people a little bit. Let's see if I can do this. See, it's nice and dumb looking. We need, yeah, that should divide people a little bit. So now we have that. So we have to build. Favorite color? Orange is actually my favorite color. I just really enjoy it. It's a bit unusual, but I like it. It's warm but not too bright. Best game. That's difficult. I'm currently very much enjoying Planet Zoo, but I'm for best game. I'm still playing Red Dead Redemption, so I have to assume currently that's one of the better games. It really depends on the mood. What is the best game? Amelie, that's not a fair one. Because on one side, you know, you got your action games, you got your shooters, and then you have these slower strategy games. It depends on my mood. What's the best game really? Right now, this is a pretty good game. We need some facilities. So, keeper hut. Yeah, quarantine. This is just the basics we need every time. We don't need a research agent. We do need a staff center. 3 there. Well, when there's a Steam sale, I'm very glad that I have a job now. So, I used to spend a lot more than I do now. My fiance doesn't like it when I spend money. So, I do spend here and there. But to be honest, it kind of helps not having any time to really play games. When you don't really have time, you don't really spend money. I used to buy a lot of games, like 2 or 3 AAA games a month almost on average. Which is really too much. So, I think that was it, right? Trade center. We need a trade center. Before it was done. Trade. That one. There we go. Now this is just ugly because I gotta rebuild this one point, but I just want to get it done with. This is also, you know, I haven't done any research, so I'm stuck with these base buildings. It's just boring. Really. So we now want to figure out what animal do we want. Any suggestions for first animal? We have we have 22,000 and 1,500 conservation credits. There's a bunch, really. We got a shit ton of artworks. And apparently that's it. We only got that? What the frick? What's that? That's why. Any species, thank you. Favorite YouTuber? That's difficult. You know, there's a lot of good ones out there. When it comes to commentary, right now, I really like Leon Lush. He's perfectly over the top. Oh, African buffalo? Nah, we don't want an African buffalo. Do you guys have any suggestions for which animal we should start with? Because I'm just looking around here. What else could we go? For more the old school YouTubers, you know, the OG, the one that started like 2010 or before, I would probably I would go with Jack's Films. About an artwork. Yeah, there's a lot of dumbass artworks. Well, we could. Why not? Let's go for an artwork because, you know, I was dumb enough to have that put on. Okay, now it just won't update. That's beautiful. Here we go. So which artwork should we pick? This one is nice and cheap. Let's adopt that. So that was a boy. We need a girl. Oh, we gotta go. Go. There's one there. Not too old. Just perfectly average. So animal storage, right? And then there's. That's it. Both. Oh. You have to move that into the quarantine. Same with that one. Oh, sorry, that's on the move, and well, that's. There we go. No, they don't have dingoes yet, which is kind of boring. Oh, we actually need to just have a look at the artwork. Let's see. We need to figure out how to do it. Oh, I'm sorry, man, that you bought it and then a glitch ruined it for you. I know that really. It just sucks when that happens. So you need to. Data. So, yeah, we got the right group. So here. Habitat. 330 square meters and tropical and grassland. Grade 2 barrier. Figure we're gonna place them here, like a nice little hello. Let's see, a grade 2 perimeter. Wooden logs? We can make a wooden log perimeter. How tall does it have to be? That's actually pretty important. Height. It doesn't state, so I assume it could be quite low. See if we can just like this, more round. Yeah, thanks for hanging around, Amelia. I know it's still, school is still in. I just happen to have time off. Favorite animal? Oh, I kind of like the more lazy kind of animals, but picking favorites is always terrible. Let's just make this straight. I've always kind of enjoyed the koala. It's just, perfectly lazy and angry. That's really my kind of animal. I'll make the door here. Will you do an animal vid when you show all your animals? I'm interested in what you have because you're so compassionate about animals and it shows. Maybe one day, but it's just I don't have the world's biggest apartment, so I don't have that many animals. It's there's a couple of terrariums over the TV, so I can't play too loud. And then I have my fish tanks, which is one is in the kitchen, and then I have a small office where I only have 2 animals in, and the rest is just dedicated to feeder insects and my girlfriend's mess. So if we can just so much fun. Yeah, there we go. Let's just make this wall here. We're gonna have to lower it to like there. One. don't know how to make that straight. Forgot how to do it. Because, you know. No, that's not the one either. No, screw it. So, I want to start. Welcome back. So, probably want to do something in here. Let's see, for the artwork, what did we need? They need grassland and tropical. Oh, let's go with nature and let's have a look here. What can we make when it comes to that? Let's go biome. We need some grassland. We'll go with a grassland style, and then we need Africa. Now, of course, unfortunately, we can't really change the underlying color because there's basically based on the biome you chose, and this is North America, so can't really change that. Otherwise, you know, it would have been like yellowish grass. Now it's green. So no, with that, but I actually want to mess around with the terrain a bit. See here, there we go. Kind of want to make a little hill. A little bigger. Oh, a little too big. Maybe 6. Yeah, 6. All right. Reason why I'm doing this is because I remember from my earlier playthroughs, these artworks are actually kind of dumb. They want their privacy, so you kind of have to block it a little bit. How's that? Yeah, they can hide back there and here and a little bit more. There, that should pretty much hide it well. Favorite flavor of slushy. Blue. Where I come from, slushies are basically 4 different kind of tastes and colors, and they don't really have a label, they're just a color. And I like the blue one. So yeah, I think this will pretty much cover that so they can hide. That's good. Alright, we also need to... we forgot something very important. I haven't hired anyone. And no staff means no animals. We need a couple of caretakers. They will get the animals back and forth. We need a keeper. And we do need a mechanic. Then we need to go back into facilities because we do need some things such as... where is it? Utilities. We need a stupid transformer. I'll put it there. It's good to know, Jeremy. How's work if you have the possibilities of commenting? Yeah, this is gonna be decent. So we need some stuff for it. Let's see. So just lock it for the artwork. So we could build our own shelters, but I'm too lazy. So we're gonna build a shelter here. It's not really pretty, so I'm gonna change that. Let's put it like this, and then there. That's a little better. Still, I don't like it either. Still. Oh, I was wrong. No, it wasn't. So, there. That's better. So. But what are you guys up to? Anybody doing anything for the holidays here? I'm just basically staying at home because I have to cook dinner and, you know, Because here it's actually reversed. It's not. I'm not going to my parents. My parents are coming to me. So I'm in charge, which is terrible. Never put me in charge of anything, guys. It would be terrible for everyone. Ooh, we have it finished. So we can now move it. Habib. Okay. So I got move it over here. Now we see what. So what do we need with full bowl? Gonna entice it to come out here. A water pipe. Put that here. Yeah, that's the problem when this game does that. This is terrible now. So, oh, you got the first animal. Ta-da! I know how to work. And it hates its home. Let's see, we definitely have some issues here. Well, it's big enough. So there's not enough short grass, too much long grass. So we'll have to fix that. Under terrain. The grandparents are going away to Milan. So is that good or bad? You know. Really depends how you look at it. Like in some places, you know, you got that racist uncle or something, and maybe that's not the worst thing to be rid of. Or they're really awesome and cool, and it's just terrible. That did help that. Then we need some soil. We're gonna have some heavy. I want here on top like this. Here. That looks decent. It reminds you of Suit Tycoon 2. Well, yeah, like a really, really polished version that's much prettier to look at. So, well, I'll finish that. Do we need any sand? No, it could go with a little sand. We can get a little coarse sand here. Let's see. It doesn't really need plants, but that's kind of boring. Let's see if we can get some cool ones. This kind of fits the theme, alright? Just a couple of these. How's that look? That's kind of okay. Oh, Sonny, you have 7 siblings? Dang. That's a lot. I only have 5. That's good. That's a lot of people for Christmas. So, what else could we go here? How about some... We have some enrichment. No. For that, we have to do research. So, this is about as good as this is gonna get right now. We don't have any of this because for that you have to do research. We got a VIP. Who's that? Say hello, guys. If you play this game, you wanna and you go franchise, you wanna say hello to people because you get some conservation points and you basically buy animals with those points. So it's just you're gonna notice it's just the easiest points you can get. Why am my other animal not there? What is it? Fuck it. We'll risk it. Put it in there. Now the next important thing you always gotta do is set up some stuff here. You want this. This is the most important moneymaker in the entire game. Yeah, there's a bunch of people watching a single. But look, we got another one coming soon. Like, right there. He's coming, he's coming. Now there's 2. So we got that, and now we want some education. This is, you have to do this. This is basically what makes people come in the end. This is what gets them to donate. You just need education, and you can never have too much of it. No. Oh, and as you do the research, which I'm not doing right now, this will increase. There will be a lot more information. It will become better, and they will be more educated, and basically donate more. And we're profitable. We have 2 animals, and we're profitable. So, that looks like it's running. Oh god, I bought a really old artwork. We got Habib and Barricade. Okay, I'm very bad at controlling this. Oh, why do I just do that? Here we go. What a lovely little snout. Walkie. So they should be fine now. Like, this is like a teenager, like a 19-year-old with a 50-year-old. It ain't pretty. So what should we have here? It's not too big. Let's see, what could we do? We have money and we have, you know, possibilities. Let's rank them by price. Peafowl. I am not getting peafowl. If we're getting peafowl, we're just gonna get like a couple of males, because these things are terrible. I started the zoo and I had these as my first animal, and it was just horrible. They keep breeding like, you know, well, hamsters. You end up with so many of these, it's insane, and all you end up doing is just releasing them to the wild. It's all you're doing in the game. You don't have time for anything else because they overpopulate and they will just ruin your zoo. Don't get them. We get warthogs. Should we get warthogs? Another snout. That would be pretty fun. That's okay. We're getting warthogs. That one and oh shit. What's this? Yeah. It's common warthog. There it is. Filter. And oh, so we bought a male, so we need a female. There's one right there. That's perfect. Into quarantine. Into quarantine. Hey, Fair Butler, welcome to the stream. We're just, you know, chilling and building ugly zoos. That's gonna use chain link things, I think. So yeah, let's just check what we can use on this bugger. Common death there. So a little less space actually. Grade 2 has to be above 1 meter. Pretty simple, basically the same. So yeah, we're gonna use that. And let's actually make this one a little more curved instead of that jagged crap I made before. Wait, that's not the wall I wanted. I wanted that one. It's a little over 10 p.m. here, so not insanely late. Okay, didn't Just shorten it a little bit. Ah, that fits pretty decently. Hey, what's going on down there in the comments? Don't tell people to shut up. That's my department. It's all space. No problem with people saying they just joined. It's nice for me to know. So that was barrier. I actually don't think I'm gonna have to lower it. It's just, you know, it's fine as it is. So let's get the boys. The beer and Hadia. Why Hadia is also. Let's see over here. Now we need to do something. I think I wanna change the. Hide again. I do love to mess around with hide in this game. Like this to give these animals a little chance of privacy. Now the thing is, you know, as much as I want to really go crazy in these builds, you really gotta start by just making sure you can run with a profit. If you don't do that, this game just really, well, it punishes you. Medium food drop, some water, shelter. Let's use this one. Set it here. Okay. Oh, that's pretty safe. Some bedding. It does help. Yeah, I think that'll be fine for now. Future plans. Yeah, I have a few ideas. To be honest, the reason why I haven't really been in any videos last month is I genuinely don't like my editing in the last few videos. I've really felt it was lazy. I felt I was just half-assing it, so I decided to pull back a little bit and just give it some thought because I'm really busy at work. It's just, you know, it sucks that I have to choose between the two, but sometimes you gotta just pull back and focus a little bit. That's what I did, and so I haven't uploaded just to make sure. I did have several ideas. I actually have been editing a few videos, but I just didn't like what I ended up doing and how it was. And then there were a video I've been planning on for a very long time, and I don't know if you watched a certain someone's videos, but she uploaded a video about this guy, and he seems to be not happy about it, how he's using the system. And at the same time, you know, I feel like there's some other things I don't really like to discuss too much about it. It's just, you know, when you look at someone, you think at heart they kind of, you know, mean well, but things just tend to go wrong. That's way too big. I don't want that. And it's hard to then to make a overly critical video about people when you feel that they are, the heart is in the right place, but they're just, you know, over their heads, basically. Yeah, I know I could hire editors, but literally, guys, this I don't make that much money off of it. I'd be spending the money from my job on this. This basically covers the costs of doing it. It pays for my internet and it pays for, well, equipment. Like, I needed better lighting until, well, all my videos been recorded on my phone. I just finally was able to afford a decent camera, so I didn't have those, little camera issues. It doesn't pay that well when you're not small. Jesus, these things want more trees, don't they? All that. There we go. Yeah, we got everything but enrichment. So they're happy. Yeah, the the baobabs are pretty thick. They're huge. I always feel like they're too big for any exhibit I make. Well, I'm pretty far. So, are they happy? Oh, they aren't. Why are they not happier? We need more hard shelter. This isn't good enough, apparently. So, we need another one. How about this one here? I know I should spend much more time on designing these places, but I just kind of want this thing to run, and then we can start doing more. Hope you're doing well. Always are hectic. So constantly. Thank you, Cactus Cat. It means well. It's just, my job is like 2.5 hours away from where I live, so I end up spending insane amount of time just getting back and forth, and it took a lot, but it's should slow down now. First of all, it's the holidays, and I might get some more time after Christmas. Right now, I'm not even sure I have a job after Christmas. Either way, I'm actually pretty happy about it because I want to do more of this stuff. I want to do more videos. I want to be able to spend time on the quality. And Domino, yeah, I know with the whole quality, it's just I know I can edit better, and I felt that my editing was outright terrible. It was just make the paragraph an attraction by itself. We're gonna do that. Why not? So basically we got thick boy here, or we got tall boy, and we got short thick. That's the one, isn't it? That's just, it looks like a turnip. There we go. That's like the centerpiece. You come in and then there's just this blob. So how do now? How do these piggies go? Okay, it's green. I'll settle for green. Why is it? We'll settle for green, won't we? Nah, there's a good snout. Nice teeth. Oh, see the teeth? What? Really? You had to poop on camera too? Pooping. Because it's. Do you think guys thinks it smells like that and like a real pigsty now? Oh, we forgot the most important things. Let's never forget the most important. Money boxes. Lots and lots of money boxes. Donation boxes, but I call them money boxes. Now, looks like we're running decently. We should probably have some drinks. Say a drink. And some food. And then, actually, info shops here. There are information stands there. They provide money. You know what I know. And a toilet. I have a feeling we're gonna need toilets. It's like perfectly ugly, isn't it? Yeah, sure. Let's have a donation right here. Donate to the Baobab. Actually, we can't have it there. It obscures the beauty that is the thick boy. Gonna have it here, and we're gonna just make a copy and have it here. Here we go. Now donate. Oh shit. Now donate to the tree. The giant turnip. Oh, we need some more facilities. See, because I have a feeling people kind of want some, trash cans. Of course, we're gonna go with recycling because we're millennials. We better recycle. So we're gonna just add a few of these babies. There we go. Oh, and of course this is the new America, which is gonna be the new China. So camera. Nobody can touch my Baobab trees here. If you break my tree, the thick boy must be protected. So we also kind of want, security. Oh, that was busy. Oh, the keeper. We probably want to hire an extra keeper. He seems stressed. Yeah, that's not good. And no as far as I know, there's no birds. Well, there's a few birds in the game, but it's not like there's proper birds. You can't make an aviary or anything. Let's see, there's a few. What do we have? We have what? That one. There's there's peafowl, and I know there's ostrich, and what's the last one? What is it? What's the name now? Flamingo! Those are basically the birds you can get right now. You can't have fish yet. It would be pretty cool if they made like a DLC where you could have, aquariums and stuff. And then, whale torturing chambers. That's probably useful too. There are reptiles. For that, there's a few under trading. You can get like Nile monitors if you bought the little extra pack you had at the beginning when the game launched. You could get Komodo dragons and tortoises. There's a couple of tortoises species you can get, like Aldabras and Galapagos. I think those are the ones. Then if you go under exhibit, that's the fun ones. Here you can actually get a few. You can get boa constrictors, and they actually also have albinos. And then there's a bunch of, invertebrates. Let's see. Death adders, brown snakes. What else do we got? Gila monsters, poison dart frogs, Goliath beetles. Those are pretty cool. I kind of want those someday. Goliath frogs, green iguanas, more poison dart frogs, lesser Antillean iguana. Got your Mexican red knee spiders, puff adder, western diamondbacks, yellow anaconda. So there's some. For that you need to build, instead of building habitats, you go under facilities, and small animal exhibits, and then you build this baby here. And then of course you can put them in these things, or larger ones. Or you can just plop this and then build something around it. Right now we have the nighttime cycle, that's annoying. And then you can have those little fellas in there. I prefer, to build these inside, structures I've built. So they're like, in this entire area, I'd build a giant structure and then have these inside of it. That looks pretty cool, because, it doesn't really make sense to have one of these outside in the snow. It's like a giant terrarium in the snow. It's just wrong. Well, we can't afford them. It's just, you know, we can just, oh, we can just build one here. It's, let's see if we can actually, I'm gonna try something. It might just go horribly wrong. But if you do this and here, and then I should be able to select it, and then yeah, and then we request an animal. So which one should we have? What could we pick? And you can have several inside of them, of course. Then you can breed them. They can, some of them becomes like, I think the eastern brown snakes, they breed like the peafowl. It's just insanity. Yeah, I know. It's just when it goes from night to day cycle, this game just kind of goes dark, and it's just insane. And vice versa. This short period of, you know, complete darkness is so dumb. You can't really turn it off, as far as I'm aware. I could, of course. That thing will last a long time. We're gonna get that, and we'll send it, and we'll just drop it in there. See, then we can do some minor things here. We can actually tweak this, because you see it has welfare. You have to actually take care of it. Well, first of all, I have a problem here. There's no power. Problem number one has to be fixed. We need utilities, and then we need a power. Now, problem is, this is a building that nobody wants to look at, so we have to put it in the back, and then we have to go get some path. See, then it goes like this. It goes completely dark, and it comes slowly back. It's so annoying. See, ugh, that was just a little too fat. Let's make it a bit shorter. Let's just get this down here so the mechanic can fix it. So now we got a light here. Let's go here, and we have to do stuff like here. It, you know, we have to set the temperature. Now this animal need a temperature that's right there. You can, of course, always just go to the Zoopedia, and we can go down and find yellow. See. It should be in here, like here, yellow anaconda. And then you can see 25 to 30 degrees, and then 80 to 90 degree humidity. It's actually pretty incredible. Then we just put this up to like 28, and then go down here and we set the humidity. It's kind of a basic way of doing it, but then, you know, as we research, you can do more enrichments. And you can check the animals in here. This one is called Esmeralda. So go here. Kind of go look at it. There she is. I do love that they make this little thing. So if I go really there, now you can't hear people because we're inside the building. I love that little detail. The game needs moose. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, like a big ass moose. Okay, the little building here slapped down had this extra on it, and on it there were educational boards. I'm just making sure it now works. And there you go, we have a little anaconda. We got queues, got everything. Of course, we do not let people sit down. They must be watching. You need a research center. Only because I don't want to research. So, with all this down, we're now running just, you know, profitable. We're iffy. But have you guys been playing the game a little bit? Figured out stuff like the best way to start, or like the worst way to start? Like, I would kind of just go crazy with building and then realize I had no money left and was basically done for. Which really sucked in so many ways. You just realized it was me. Yeah, I'm hiding behind my microphone. If you're not careful, I might just do a little ASMR. No worries, guys. I don't do that. I'm not very good at it. Oh my god, I've already been on for an hour. How did all of this take an hour? I am really slow. So, next thing. Oh, we're about to have offspring. You're about to give birth. Is anything coming out of that butt? I don't see anything. You guys see anything? Doesn't look like anything's coming out. What we're looking for is a snout. Do you see a snout? Wow, that is a very active pregnant woman. How can she be so active? I mean, oh, there it is! There it is! We have a baby! We have a little piglet! Come on, camera! Where is it? Look at it! It's so cute! The grass is taller than the piglet! Oh god, I want to take it home! Ha! It's already at home. Can you just like never grow? You are the cutest thing ever. Could you turn around so we have the sun in your face? That would be kind of nice. Yeah, I'm lost. I'm looking at a piglet. I'm lost. My fiance doesn't want a dog, and I've been begging for a dog for like 5 years. But incredibly enough, she's willing to go for a pig, and unfortunately, I'm not allowed. I live in a country that has more pigs than people, but the rules are strict, so no pigs. What was that name? Chilumbo. It's so close to Columbo, and then we could, make it short and look like Peter Falk. Even the flowers are bigger. It's like the tiniest little thing. I mean, look at that flower. I don't look at that little thing. It's just, yeah. So, we are profitable. We should find something that's, up here, not too pricey. What's cheap? Of course, that's cheap. I don't want that. Pronghorns. We could get a few pronghorns. What does the Supedia says about pronghorns? You can actually hunt these in Red Dead Redemption 2. You need 1 to 11, up to 1 male, up to 10 females. Male, group size 1 to 5, 1 to 11. So I'd say like 4, 5 should do 1 male, 3 females. Yeah, natural habitat. You need 370. Grade 2. And I know these can live with buffalo, so you kind of probably want to get a lot of them. How many animals do I have? Well, right now I have 3 geckos and a snake. Beyond all of the fish. Oh, and I just got a cat. Well, my girlfriend has been bugging me for years about a cat, and I caved. So now we have a little kitten, and it's destroying everything. Of course, it's also very cute. So, we wanted to get... Where is it? Is it common? No, it's not common. Yeah, I'm so terrible finding stuff here. Oh, there it is. filter. His name should be Nubby. Yeah, his name should be Nubby. See, we can get, okay, we can get him. We can get this girl. Not very good, but you know, we need some girls. And there's one really expensive. Apparently it's, you know, really great, but I'm not really spending half my money on it. So, oh, got to put the animals in. We have to put them in quarantine. So I think because the zookeepers, they get their food like here. They make the food right here. Kind of want the door as close as possible. So if you make it the exhibit here, they could get in from like here, and then people can watch from here. I think that'll work pretty good. Now here I want grade free. That ought to do it. So it's just not all of them that can be manipulated. That's why. So we need to like this, like that. We need to just continue along this path. Because we are going to build a very large one. This will contain buffalo one day. So we kind of want to make it big. Probably not big enough, but you know. There we go. I'll use gate. I'll put that there. Then I need to select this. Let's get the round there. We don't really need to be that tall, so it's gonna be one. Oh, no, so 130. That should be good. That should be pretty decent. This machine broke. I know that feeling sometimes. You're just sitting there going, I don't remember the right word. And other times it's reversed. I know the word in English and I don't know it in Danish, or I know it in French and I've forgotten it in Danish and English. And I'm just in there going, what's the word again? So, probably want to put some stuff in here. Let's see. What would be good for a pronghorn? Pronghorn. I know it's called an antelope, but it's not really an antelope. Here we can have this kind of shelter. I want to put it like that. I want to put in some bedding. Lots of bedding. That. It could be prettier, but you know. Yeah, that's definitely big enough. So we need more short grass. That's at the train. Just get rid of all of this. That did up there. Then we need some soil. Let's see. Well, it makes sense to have soil around here. They should be walking around there. Alright. Like that. I have an idea. Like this is the path they take for food and stuff. So we have to go here, and then we have to. Do I have any? No. But we probably want to have some food and water. There and there. Hey Jessica, yeah, I'm enjoying a lot. I have done the entire career mode, and I have done a bit of this franchise mode. The controls are clunky, but the amount of welfare and detail they've made into the animals and enclosures, that's pretty cool. That's really good. It's mostly the controls I'm annoyed with. Like, you can snap the barrier, no, the path to the barrier if you build the barrier first, but you can't snap the barrier to the path. It's kind of dumb. That's like one of the issues. And then some of these barriers, you know, I have to show you guys. If you go here, like this one, you can decide if it's straight or curved. But if you like take the chain link, it can only be straight. This is doesn't make sense really. You can make corrugated sheets in curves. I've seen it. And it's, you know, these little details. Like, what I do enjoy is the customization. Like, if we take any of this, this is just the base system. This is what the game has already included. But you can go into right facilities, and then instead of building this, what you do is you build one of these. Basically, like it has the guts of the building and the employee, and then you go into construction afterwards. And then you basically you can unlock a lot more, but then you just build it as you want it, and then you basically make it look like anything that you want. So you can really create some unique stuff in it, and I love that part. So we weren't done with these guys, were we? Well, they're actually pretty decent. Got that covered. We got hard shelter. We got terrain. How about? Ooh, we are actually allowed to build some trees here. Let's see. What do we want? We definitely don't want Africa. We want temperate and grassland. So look here. Temperate and continent. North America. Sure, let's pick in the Celia. Broken tree. Nah. An ash tree. Again, sometimes you get shocked by how big the trees are in game. I mean, suddenly boom, and then you just gotta, like, look at the people. This thing is massive. We've got like something a little, there we go, something a little smaller, that's nicer. Let's see, I want that here. Kinda wanna cover this back wall a little bit. Some random trees. Let's have some rose bushes. And then the biggest elm tree in the world. We have a little smaller. There we go, that's more. There we go, now it's kind of covered. Looks okay, like there's a forest over there. And they are happy enough. You kind of get used to the controls. It's just, you know, a lot of it is intuitive, and then a lot of the is just really dumb. Like, it doesn't tell you how to make the paths straight and how to like make a square, and I already managed to forget it again. You have to use hot buttons a lot. If you play Planet Coaster, a lot of it is just the same. It's just lifted straight from that. But if you look at it, you know, it's the same models here. They basically based it off of Planet Coaster. So a lot of the controls are extremely similar. So, by the way, just to look how much you can customize, you can either just build this standard one. Oh god, now it's nighttime. I hate that. There we go. and you can have it like this, or you can like just get the board, and then you can decide like what do you want on the board. You can have like all tons of stuff, or you can get this, which is the screen, and then like do this and put it on the fence. I actually kind of do that. Usually does do this. Freaking lights. But then you go into advanced mode, and you go up here, and you click this button here, and then you can pivot it. And it's like that. Let's put on that. Now the key here is just to check afterwards if it's actually on, like here. So it's like it's actually a little bit off. It's a bit off there. So then you can go in and move it again, make it, you know, fitting. And you can also like push it back and forth. And if you push it too far back, you get the log through. It looks horrible. But there's some opportunities there to just customize how you want stuff. Oh, and you also have these. These are actually pretty cool. This is more education. You know, this. What makes your zoo is education. The more education, the better the zoo in the end. So you go that, and go in here, and then here, you can pick like a bunch of interesting stuff. Like, actually, I love that they had population fragmentation, and then you can actually read about it. How that, you know, our building of, in this case, a road or something, can break up animal populations. That's really awesome. It's a big deal, and you know, have you ever seen like those bridges that's not for you but for an animal? It's because of this. It's to make sure that a population can survive. Only played Zoo Tycoon. One or two or both. Raise the stakes, making your enclosures good. Well, Lotus Driver 260, we can test that. Well, first of all, the barriers, you have to maintain them. Let's see. See here, it's already at 72%, so your mechanic has to come and fix it. This one is at 60. If it breaks, they do break out. I actually don't know if what happened if you like let a predator loose. Like this guy here, they wouldn't be a threat. They'd probably just run away. It's a deer after all. It's more of an interesting with like, what would a hippo do? We might, you know, do that at one point. Both in all of the expansions. Lol. Yes, so you also played the dinosaur one? I kind of enjoyed that. And then turning the fences off. I was a terrible person. You know, but the animals didn't suffer. They were quite happy. It was the people that suffered. So, we're a little profitable. Okay, we're going up. Ooh. Do they actually? Are we going to? Is this the closest to, you know, getting a strike for sexual content we're gonna get? Yes, that's it. They made it. They had a kiss. Interesting. Just wander around. You can't attack anyone in Zoo Tycoon. They could attack people. Yeah, I used to love, you know, in Zoo Tycoon, just sitting there having, you know, all the people around the lion cages, and then slowly work my way down to the, you know, demolish button, and then remove a section of the fence and just watch them bolt. Here comes the lion. That was fun. I think ticket prices are underpriced. No, we cannot accept that. Alright, I don't have to do that there. I have to do it here. We are not underpriced. We are overpriced. Yeah, that's a little overpriced. Probably have like, I don't know, $8 bucks. $8 to do? $8 to do. We almost have 2 stars now. What do we have? Rating. guest happiness. People are happy, impressively enough. My siblings would hijack my series and go on. I mean, I even went through. That's evil. That is evil. That's just not fair. Hijack it. I hope you had different save files and they didn't, ruin your save files, because that would be really messed up. I would straight up throw people who were complaining into the exhibits. Yeah, I love to pick people up that were unhappy, and I would dingle them over like the shark tanks and just be like, yes, you see these? Yeah, I will drop your ass if you stop. Be happy. And then I would always drop them because they were never happy. So, now, I think the next exhibit is... Yeah, should we continue down this line? I think we should. Let's just see. Actually, I think we should finally build like some research facilities. There it is. Let's plop that there. So do that. So, and we probably kind of want a veterinarian. I don't have one. We should probably hire a vet. If parents would let them start down soon instead rumor. So your parents would let them do it? That's just wrong. I mean, that's not fair. Let's see, he will research the problem one. I would probably consider revenge to this day. If you mess with people's save files, that's just not fair. So we need a new animal. Which animal are we gonna get? Yeah, let's probably go any species first. See what can we get for low price of Indian peafowl. Oh, there's a white one. Pretty, but no. We could get flamingos. They're all boys. Maybe a wolf? Yeah, let's have a wolf. We got a girl, let's get a boy wolf. Timberwolves. This is actually a part of the game that I don't like, because the wolves are, they're basically a pack animal, but in game they're modeled as a pair. No matter what you do, they just will not be in anything but probably not want to put them together. Yeah, that's what we'll have a path now. They will only accept a group of 2, which is kind of on the fence for me. It's gonna be a massive wolf enclosure. Welcome to the running yard. They're definitely gonna get some privacy down in that end. There we go. See, now you can actually show that whole path where you can snap the barrier. We'll go here. And it's over here. Oh, snap alongside barrier. So we do this, and we just click that a bit wide. See, then it just follows the barrier. But if you do it the other way, it won't. It's so annoying. Here, gonna have to glass, and this one, and then this one. Okay, just didn't do it there. Okay, it's down. Ugh. Of course. That and rebuild because that just kind of failed. There we go. Okay, and oh yeah, if you right click on something, it deletes it. There we go. Still, you never forget. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. That would if my kid brother had deleted my save files, there'd be fighting, and there'd be a lot of fighting because he's only a couple years younger than me, and he does not understand, you know, giving up. But it's just such a horrible thing to do. No, it's not the berries, right? I just need to got the door there. And we're also getting an update. If not, awesome to have one too. It's possible we need art to DLC. Yeah, that would actually be pretty good if they got that. Let's have a look. See, they're pretty far down. I want to cheat there. Let's see. Species. Yeah, they actually fixed it. They fixed it now. It used to be they would only be like 2, but now it's 2 to 12. Finally, that was such an annoying thing that you had to, you know, just allow that bullcrap. Oh my, we might want to put them in quarantine. And for some reason, we only have 1. Why do we only have 1? What happened to my boy? Ooh, we can get this guy for 30. We're getting this guy. I'm gonna move him in there. And then we finish building this whole place. Now for walls, we want like some mountain style here. No, wait, like right down here. You can see my computer doesn't like streaming and, you know, messing around with the map. Oh, let's see. We have. Well, since we're already there. There we go. You guys think we're safe now from the whole kids friendly shit? Copper can't come and claim me now. There. Like, nice top they can really see. So. Oh shit, we need another staff room. See, that's the thing, you know, you pretty quickly run into these little dumb problems. And I have to soon have to move stuff. Hi, Seeking. We have. Continue. Great. So now we got some research done. Now they're overpriced. That's more like it. That's what we like to see. This is an expensive suit. Oh my god, I forgot the most important thing. How can I forget the most important thing? The pay me boxes. The please like and share and subscribe. You know, leave a comment. I need the engagement boxes. What else do we need? Right, we might need some trash cans. Again, people are messy. If there's not a trash can right in front of their fucking faces. I mean, you have a pocket, stick it in there. Oh no. Habib died. F's and chats. We've lost Habib. He died of old age. Could someone, like, you know, just push that in? Better call the vet. At least he died in the back so nobody can see him. That makes it... Oh, wait. We have a baby on... When did that happen? Did anybody see? And... damn it. It's a girl. We needed a boy. You know. Apparently this game doesn't really remember inbreeding, so... That would have been possible. Oh, I forgot. We needed... That would be wrong. Well, looks like we need a new aardvark. Yeah, we'll buy him. And then we're just gonna be... This is just me goofing around, but I'm gonna show you guys what happens if you just put them straight in and you don't put them in quarantine. This game simulates sick animals, so we might get a disease now, which is really nice detail that you have to remember quarantine. I've seen, you know, guys build where they never put up quarantine, and pretty quickly they end up in these, you know, disease everywhere, and they're like, well, what do I do? Well, you didn't quarantine your animals. Your own damn fault. Oh god, I hate that lighting. If I do another live stream, I have to put that off. So, let's see how these guys... Oh, they're not too happy. Let's have a look here on the habitats. Oh, they can have that. Let's build this. Kind of want to hide the bottom a little bit. That. Put in that. That'll work. What else do we need then? Okay, we might need some might need some food and water. I have a feeling that'll be important. Here, I'll put that there. You know, the advantage of this is it's an automated system. You can do a water bowl, but then it's just more work for the zookeeper, while this just pretty much runs itself. It doesn't even need maintenance. That's why I use that. So now we get to just pick a wolf. Take a wolf and go. Terrain. Oh, we have way too much long grass and we need a lot more snow. Well, for that we need habitat. We need to go here, and we need some coolers. Now these you can kind of get to hide. Like if I put it here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put on some cooling equipment. Now just wait and see what I'm gonna do. Ugh, hate this. Anyway, just grab it, and then you just move it and you hide it. That way you just see that, and this is perfectly safe. So you don't get to see it, but it's just nice and hidden, and it still works. Just, which makes it a little more realistic, but at the same time, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, you know, no zoo does this in real life. So then we should be able to go to terrain. And painting, and then we can pick snow. And then it shouldn't melt. Too fast. See if this works. So we should probably add some more soil and stuff like that. So a little smaller. Need more soil. Let's just this a little bit bigger. I like this, you know, it punches through a little bit. By the way, the idea is here I want to make a path. That's why it's open. So much. Ooh, we have a fight. We gotta go look at that. I think we have a winner. This one won. Due to overcrowding. Yeah, see here we have 3. So we have to get rid of one. Who we're gonna get rid of? See, he's 5 years old. See. And he's injured because he got his ass whooped. Probably by her. So, you are going into the wild. Goodbye. So, what were we here? See. Still have too much long grass. Fine, we will hunt for the grass. Oh look, see here you can see the berry is actually already going to, well, shit. So we probably want to hire a new mechanic because somebody has to fix that. See. Well, let's have a look at the trees. So they can live in this completely barren, boring place, and they're not going to. We need some tundra. And a tiger. Let's have a beech tree here. Berry Maybe push here, push here, and a push there. Nice spruce. Different sizes, of course. Anything else we call cypress? Cypress will always work. So, let's have a look. How does that look? It looks like the worst forest ever. But you know, it's the end of a forest. They're coming down out into the open plains. And then a reindeer comes and is eaten. What? Animal has eaten guest food. What? What is this? What happened? Last meal quality. Unsuitable human food. That is a new thing. Which one of you idiots fed my piggy? What is he eating? Someone is feeding my pigs. And they're not allowed. Okay, the barrier looks like shit, by the way. See, this is why we need security. Somebody needs to be kicked out. There we go. Hey Angela, welcome. So we currently have a little problem here. Somebody is feeding my piggies, my little warthogs in here, with unsuitable food, and we can't have that. So you know, do not feed the freaking animals, you bastards. Do not feed, you dumbasses. See, this is problems with humans. You put up a zoo and you're like, go look at the animal. Then all they do is, you know, give them a tummy ache. Because, you know, it's fun when the animal eats my ice cream. Don't we have to put up signs telling people to fuck off. There. No feeding. Not. Okay, we might want to buy hire a new vet, not buy. We don't buy people. Well, that's the thing. Technically, we do. Yeah, we pay them, and they just have the right to leave. But then we don't pay them anymore. It's a It's a subscription. We subscribe to people. You didn't miss much, really. We just we built like an aardvark enclosure, a common warthog, and what was this? Pronghorns, and some timber wolves. It's just basic, you know, basic, not very well made. I'm just, you know, using it as an excuse to talk to people. So really need you people to comment so I have someone to talk to. That is an old dog. That's why it was so cheap. I have a feeling we're gonna need a new one. So what problem do we have now? Why are they still fighting? There are only 3 of them. You guys figure out a pecking order. How to store his old baby rabbits and big tufts and that's popcorn for free entrance. Yeah, it's one of those situations where you just think, did you not see that coming? That people were, dumb. I have to admit, the longer I've lived on this planet, the more I believe the baseline for a human being is very low. For, I will do shit because I can, even though I don't know what I'm doing. And then most of us are just, too trusting that people know what they're doing. Oh, we got some vet research. This is actually, we actually got a lot. So let's see what we actually got out of it. We've got a habitat and then go like that. Alright, pronghorn. Oh. So some enrichment. That's the one. So now we can make some enrichment. This is what takes your enclosures from being decent to, amazing. We're just gonna plop it everywhere. Let's see. Oh, immediately we're, sniffing around. And we got a little calf. It's a cute little thing. Run, babe. What should we call it? Bambi? Watch out, the hunter might get your mom. Okay, we got another fight. Why are we fighting? Incorrect sex. Okay, what do we have here? Stop running. Okay, I'll just pause the game. Sucker. Well, that's a boy. That's a boy. That's a girl. Well, since that is your mom, I might want to, get rid of you. That should fix that problem. I just shouldn't have been watching for about a week. I love you, John. Well, welcome. I'm very glad you like it. And, I hope you enjoyed it. We got actually 2 of these little fellas. Oh god, the sounds they make. Please make another one. Make a sound! There it is! The little bat. It's just the cutest little sound, isn't it? Ooh, more research. Now the interesting part is a lot of these things, a lot of the stuff here, that enrichment, it can actually be used to the other animals too. So if we go habitat, no, just get rid of that, and then we add. Let's try and see if any of it goes for timber wolf. No. How about? I know some of it probably goes with the. Come on. See that those 3 actually also works here. So you can add these 3 into. Oh my god, that looks terrible. What did I just do? I ruined the already ugly exhibit. Let's not do that again. Let's see what does the artwork. Complete this. So just researching one animal might actually research other animals too. That's the problem now. Oh, we're done with the red research. Is that the last one? Yes, it is. That means we can now take him and put him on wolves. Had to go to dinner. If I have time before the place, I'll check back in. Well, have a good dinner. I might call it quits soon. It's already like midnight here, so kind of promised I'd come to bed not too late. Do have to get up in the morning and do shit. Love your video on Snake Discovery. Thank you. Apparently so did she. There was some type of crocodilians next to this. Got my permits for owning a caiman. Cool. You actually have to get a permit where you live. That's the weird thing in my country. Here, you don't need a permit to own a caiman, but you do. No, wait. You don't need a permit for caiman, but you cannot own a list of animals. Like, you can go to any reptile show, buy a caiman, no questions asked, but you cannot go and buy like a cobra. It's kind of funny that way, that you can buy a crocodilian, but venom bad. I understand the venom is bad, and that I understand the limits on animals like that, but I also think it's kind of a joke that you then can go and buy a crocodilian. They are limited. You can't get a saltwater crocodile or anything like that. Talking about saltwater crocodile, so should it be a saltwater or the gharial? Gharial's kind of its own thing. What is it? There, gharial. Those are the two crocodilians in game right now. So what should we get? We can get a 30-year. We're getting a saltwater crocodile. And it's a big chunky boy. See, is there any girls for him? Can he get a girlfriend? He can get a girlfriend. We are getting him a girlfriend. Let's put that in there. Now where we're gonna put that? I think we're gonna put that over here. So, see, there we're gonna have a brick wall. Then we're gonna actually make it, not too shabby. Kind of intentionally, I'm just not gonna let it get too close. I want to make it like a round, weird looking thing here, like a mushroom style. Straight. There we go. And we want the door here. Because, crocodilians aren't really known for being too difficult. Just can do that. Let's get rid of that. And let's just lower this baby like a meter. Pretty decent size enclosure. This step isn't along the side, but a few years ago. I'm putting all his lines. Holy shit! Yeah, that tends to get politicians going when it comes to lawmaking. Any videos you should watch next? Depends on what kind of video you want to watch. Let's see now. Oh, a quarantine pass. Let's just get Vegas. Wait, did we have it? Here we go again. I hate it when we have these delays because it's an online part of the game. So even though I didn't move her, she just never really got into the quarantine zone. There we go. Now we need to make this habitat look decent. Warning splash at all hours and keep watch for exotic animals. Well, that would have been interesting. And how many people here would probably have gone, let's go have a look? I would be in the middle. I think like part of me would be intrigued, like, okay, let's go find a tiger. Another part of me would be like, let's not get eaten by a tiger. Now, he is probably gonna hit this place. Yeah, we need some water. Let's make that. Oh, he's moving. That is the fastest moving thing I've seen in a while. So all we need is terrain, and then we need to push. Let's basically make a giant pond here. Let's make it bigger. That should do it. Now I just need to move him over here because he's in the way, and that's a problem. There you go. See here, now we need some soil. Enough big. Yeah, kind of cover this lakeside. So, but did they catch all of them, or did they shoot them, or what? How did they take care of all those animals in the end? I have a feeling they shot them, didn't they? See some grizzlies. And no, I haven't made a bear enclosure yet. I'm probably not going to do that today, but I'll probably pick up a stream later. Maybe even tomorrow if I have the time. Or, you know, closer to Christmas. If I have time before Christmas, I might make a little stream there. Where I'm just, again, goofing around. Because I can. Rock, yeah. I want to just cover this flank here with a rock. So what, we got that part done. Now for the plants. Aquatic and tropical. Oh, a water lily. Why is it so? It has to be higher. That's the weirdest ever. Is it on the water now? Yeah, that's a little lower. There. Pokefaro. An updated review on Paul. Beyond the fact that he's still doing pretty dumb shit. As far as I hear, he's still doing some less than stellar stuff. Let's just put it that way. Oh yeah, it's just beautiful in the water. Ended up being shot. Well, at least some of them got saved. A few years ago, we had, not far from where I live, a tiger jumped out of its enclosure, which was really sad because it wasn't supposed to. And the police decided that even though it was still inside the park and the park had been evacuated, they decided that to shoot it instead of just, you know, doing the simple thing was, you know, tranking it. And the sniper or sharpshooter, whatever you want to call him, was so bad at his job, he managed to shoot the tiger inside the enclosure. So they had to amputate that one's tail because he was so bad at shooting it. It didn't even move from its enclosure. It was right next to it. So sad, really. Well, it's Ohio, folks. I'm over here in the UK. Well, then you're closer to me then, because I'm sitting in Scandinavia. Ooh, what a lilies. Let's see it. Okay. Let's get that up there and then over there. There we go. Is it just me or does he look kind of dead? Are you dead? No, he's not dead. He just looks dead. Why do you look dead? There we go, move. Who's my idol? Oh, well, I grew up idolizing Steve Irwin, like probably most of us did. Not people. But today I feel like I'm more of a David Attenborough guy. I both of them, had a massive impact on my childhood, but Attenborough just makes these incredible, documentaries. Something that, for all the good Steve did, he never really got to that level. And I enjoy the kind of hands-off approach that David Attenborough presents in. It's more my style, because it's not that I have anything bad to say about Steve Irwin. What he did was really important, and the way he did it was amazing, and he got a lot of people interested in reptiles. While I also, like, because he got killed by stingray, people killed stingrays. It's to me the dumbest I've ever seen. Ah, look at that! Yeah, smile for the camera. These things are amazing. So we probably want to put in some heaters at one point. Looks nice. It still lacks a little bit, like back here, and more like kind of like this outback style area. I feel like it's lacking. Oh, it's so low there. He walks in the water. Cool. Harambe, the gorilla. That's another one of those stories where, maybe, again, there it makes more sense because a gorilla is kind of dangerous and you just don't know. It takes time for, a tranquilizer to work. It's sad, but Chandler's Wildlife. In between, I think. The information is usually pretty decent as far as I've seen, but I'm always iffy when it comes to animals that are literally dangerous and a little too easy to obtain. Which leaves us with this. Again, it's the whole thing that I am a massive skeptic when it comes to humans. I genuinely think humans are, another big tree. Kinda, oh, I see that, I want that. Which usually ends badly for many involved. So when the way it showcases, and overall, I don't really have anything bad to say. This might. that's a little bit better. Kind of looks just a little underwhelming, I feel. Oh, some facilities. They all standing there. Here, have some info. There we go. And there's the croc exhibit. And I'll probably just, if you can't, then the zoo country. It's you know, for all intents and purposes, I do enjoy the zoos. Welcome to Croc World. I do enjoy zoos and the work they do in conservation and knowledge, just, you know, spreading awareness. But at the same time, there are certain aspects where you're just like, we shouldn't do that. Like, I really hate when there's often that, you know, you can't provide the space I feel is necessary for an animal. Like when I see an eagle in an aviary and I'm just sitting there and feeling that thing needs like a kilometer of space just to attempt to make it properly. It's just it's a bit of an ambivalent relationship, because on one side I do think they have a place, they have, you know, a role if it's done correctly. Like I know my local zoo, you may have heard of it, Copenhagen Zoo, has been in some problems involving a giraffe, while at the same time nobody knows that they are a major player in breeding a very endangered species of tamarins and smaller monkeys, where they make a massive difference. And they also have like a very large population of and a breeding program of Tasmanian devils, where there's where their population is free of what's it called, the disease that they have in the wild, which makes them very important. It's just, you know, on one hand, you know, terrible things, on another hand you have these very important things, and it's just so hard to distinguish between. And again, you know, it's you guys are writing that, you know, a lot of zoos in Asia are terrible, and I agree. It really depends on which zoo you go to and where they are. It's a big difference. It's a very difficult position. And then even if you, like here in Europe, there are a lot of rules, but you also have a lot of problems still with, like, I go to the south of France quite often. My girlfriend's family go there like almost every year, and it's kind of like the only time we spend a lot of time together. Like we get a week off where you can just kind of be together, and it's really nice. Down there they have a place called Marineland near the sea, not far from where we usually stay, and I've kind of been wanting to see it just to, you know, have a look at what it is. And I've never actually seen like an orca, and I knew they had them, and I've always felt if there's an animal you cannot keep in a zoo, it's a whale. And I decided to go there. I'm used to having a place where the rules are quite strict for zoos, and I saw that, and it hurt. It hurt watching, and it's just, you know, I hate that place. It's just, it hurts. I don't like it. While I do regularly support other zoos, because I think what they do outweighs the negative. The good is sometimes most important. What's the giraffe controversy? A few years ago, Copenhagen Zoo had a spare bull giraffe, and well, nobody really could take the giraffe to a different zoo, and it was gonna get its ass handed to it by his father, the main bull giraffe they had. And the thing is, a lot of the European zoos are organized in this breeding program, so they can't just go. We're gonna put this giraffe here and this rhino here. A central planner is in charge of it, and nobody were supposed to get this giraffe. It was just a spare giraffe. So it was decided to put it down. There was no real other option left, and then it all blew up because somebody had named it. The zoo doesn't actually name their animals themselves, so this was done by someone outside of it. And that kind of went nuts. People were all crazy about it, and then it really took off because after they had put it down, they decided that the right choice is, of course, not to let anything go to waste. So they took the carcass, and then they were going to feed it to the lions, but they were going to cut it up first. And in Denmark, we don't really think that children should be hidden from what happens in the world. So it's very common that we show what happens, that the world is real, the world is brutal. I think I was 3 years old when I watched an animal get slaughtered the first time, and I've seen several animals get slaughtered. It doesn't really bother me. It's just a common thing you do here, and so it was decided that if you went to a backside of the park, you could bring your kids and watch this dissection of a giraffe. And people really lost their shits over that. And here it's just a completely common thing. It's not a big deal. And then it was in the end fed to the lions, and people really went berserk over the fact that they had bred a giraffe, which was surplus, and then fed it to the lions. And then, of course, let the kids watch it get butchered. It sounds terrible, but when you consider that it was going to get it, nobody could take it, and it was just gonna get beaten to death anyway. It seems like it was the lesser evil. It was still a problem. And that's the thing, they needed female giraffes for the breeding program, and they ended up with a male. It happens. It's just, a terrible situation with no good end. And that's where you get that problem with the ambivalence of a zoo. On one side, this happened in the zoo, and a lot of people were very angry with it. And then there's the whole other aspect of, what do you show to kids? But that's more of a cultural thing. That's not really relevant. And then you have the aspect of the good parts that some zoos do, and I know the Copenhagen Zoo does do a lot of good in other areas. They do have, programs they're part of, and they do a lot of good stuff. And they help, make sure a lot of things are taken care of. But then you have situations like this, and the interesting thing is, people here just knew it happened. It was not hidden. In a lot of places, people they just hide it and don't tell people. That's the weird part for me, is when people lost their shit over that, but they don't lose their shit over all the places that hide it. Again, with the kids watching it get butchered, it sounds terrible, but this thing about it, is it really that unhealthy to let kids know where meat comes from? And as far as again, here it's a common thing. It's very common to see. Like when I was in kindergarten, we were on field trips where we went out to like a game reserve, and then a hunter showed us a deer that had been shot, and then he butchered it. It's a completely normal thing here. This, this is the thing with controlled breeding programs when it comes to whether or not it's right or wrong. You will have this situation where you will have one sex. There's too many of that, and you kind of have to deal with it in some way. And unfortunately, there's usually only one way. And then it was basically treated like a cow. It sounds extreme, and that's why they don't name animals, and that's why they don't really want people to get too attached, because sometimes this has to be done. Like recently, they had to put down an elephant because they didn't actually put it down. They were seeing it wasn't doing too well, and then suddenly it just died. It had just arrived, and apparently it had gotten sick. It's kind of sad, really. It happens. Another elephant had been there for like 50 years, and they decided to put it down when he couldn't eat anymore, and I find that very uh, humane. Oh, by the way, here you can see they increased the information compared to where. Oh, there. We haven't done any research. It depends on age, 10 to 18. Yeah, where I come from, that would probably be considered too late, because then you already have this concept in your head, and you're gonna think it's disgusting and horrifying, and so here you're exposed to it from a very young age. I think it runs in the whole that we grew up close to nature, so it's just fake. Like I remember a few years ago, people were very horrified that kids didn't know where milk came from. They said it came from the supermarket, and that was considered horrible that they didn't know. Yeah, I think all groups have extreme people in it. I know vegans that are perfectly fine, they're not extreme. I also know vegans who, are so annoying that you kind of want to punch them. We actually, fun story, we have a party called the Vegan Party, and nobody votes for them. But, especially in a country that has 3 times as many pigs as humans, we live off bacon. um, they the back a few years ago, this guy, he was the minister or secretary for food and health, standard food standards and shit like that. He was in charge of like fishing and all that stuff. He he was this guy from the vegan part was bugging him, and then he just looked around and looked at him, where he was like, the vegan guy was like, "Why do you support this?" And then he went, "Because I love bacon." That guy is most likely going to be like the next prime minister. So vegans don't have an easy time here. It's just I think some kids would be traumatized, but it's just my opinion. They, yeah, again, fair. I think it really depends on when you get exposed to it and how common it seems to you. Like for me, when I was like 3 years old, watching a chicken running around without a head, I considered that exciting and fun. But remember, I was 3 years old. I was pretty dumb. Push your demon yourself to pretty much it's normal. You don't know any different. Yeah, I agree with Lotus. It's if you're used to it, it's not traumatizing. It's of course there are some things where you still go probably traumatizing, such as abuse, but that's a completely different ball game. Let's not go down that road. Squirrels, squirrels. Hey, how does squirrel taste like? I don't actually know. I've never tasted squirrel. Is it interesting or weird, or is it just gamey? Shoot on. Kickbox. A pinata and a rotation line feeder and a small ball. Jesus Christ, they have a lot of stuff now. Ooh, sprinkler, that's really good. There you go, plenty of stuff to do. Smuggle it. That's just like chicken, a bit tougher though. Yeah, I guess it should be tougher. There's a lot less meat, so it should be, kind of tough. Okay, here we go again. What's the problem? Well, I can guess what the problem is. See, yeah, we got a little too many boys here. So, let's see here. Let's get rid of some boys. These boys in the house, we can't keep them. So, wait. Hey, where are you going? Get back here. Oh, that's the old boy. We're gonna keep him. Keeping the old boy. He deserves it. He will not survive in the wild. Have any coyotes causing problems? That's terrible. I'm just curious, guys. You guys that hunt. Do you have these weird traditions too? Like here, we have weird traditions for hunters. Like when you, for the first time, you get a certain bird, you're supposed to kiss its butt. And of course, the guy who holds it, he squeezes. It's weird and nasty. It's a little weird tradition if you get this little bird. I don't remember what the English name is for it. Oh, look. I'm kind of happy with this exhibit now. It looks kind of cool. So do we get any good money here? Yeah, we get some good money for it. That's very good. Yes. Give me some money. Not the bird, but it's a weird one. It's a very specific bird we do it with. It's just, it's kind of nasty. I have a couple of friends that do go on hunts, and they always tell me that they had to do that, and I'm just perfectly happy just shooting with my camera instead. Maybe eating a deer heart? I think that actually might be called a delicacy here instead of, a bad thing. So, what's time is it? Oh, it's already, like, here it's like midnight. Actually, midnight. So, almost a 1:45. I think I'm gonna call it, guys. So, it's been really fun. It's a very nice stream. First time I've actually streamed. I hope you guys had some interesting answers to questions. We got to talk a little bit. and I'll probably try and see if I can get another stream going sometimes during here the Christmas holidays. And if not, well, I'm working on some videos and they should get up like in January, maybe even one before. And then I'll see you later, really. And I hope you have a very good evening. Bye.